He's kind of like Nixon, you know. He's growing increasingly paranoid. Who's using me? Who's after me? Who's my enemy? He's drinking himself to death.
My time. My time.
Yeah, let's get into the Mel Gibson stuff.
On July 9th.
I mean, where do I start exactly? Hold on. Where should I start with him? I'll start at the, let me pull up these links.
Winona Ryder.
And then we'll get started with all this stuff. He has a lot more outbursts than you think, and recorded phone calls and, you know, racist gaffes, I guess you would call them, or whatever. He's clearly some sort of rageaholic Hollywood type. You know, these guys are a dime a dozen. And he does not like the Jays, but, you know the media really focused on the Jays one. He's actually been cruel to almost every race there is. So the thing I want to talk about first is why I started reading about Mel Gibson last night. It's so funny. The famous, by the way, there's no recording of him screaming about the Jays, unfortunately. And that is something I wish we had record of. This is just according to what the cop said. He was on the PCH. He was driving through Malibu after smelling alcohol in Gibson's breath and spotting an open bottle of tequila riding shotgun. Me administered a breathalyzer test, which showed the actor to have a blood alcohol level of 0.12%, well over the legal limit of 0.08. I wouldn't say well over. I mean, that's like a beer and a half, 2 beers over. Gibson proceeded to ask Deputy Me, "Are you a Jew?" and then launched into a barrage of anti-Semitic invective, during which he blamed Jews for, quote, all the wars in the world. Throwing in a sexist remark to a female officer on the scene, he continued to mutter remarks about Jewish people from the backseat of the squad car. So this is what's funny. I tried to confirm this just to make sure I wasn't I wasn't completely off about this. I looked it up. I was like, I'm pretty sure 0.12 is like 6 beers. And I was right. I looked it up. It's exactly 6 standard drinks for a man. So this is a guy who had a 6-pack of beer and started screaming at the police about Jews. That's a guy who's probably, I mean, for him, especially, man, when you're drinking a lot and you're a guy like Mel Gibson, you're probably drinking tons. Especially if you've got an open bottle of tequila going to the PCH. You don't like drink every once in a while. That's a guy who's constantly on the bottle. Exactly, Wolfman Jeff. 0.12 ain't shit. For a guy like this screaming at the cops about the Jays, this is a guy who's talking from the heart. This is a dead sober gentleman. This is a guy, by the time they took him down to county and took his picture, he was dead sober. He might have felt completely sober even when they pulled him over. Again, he's just a rageaholic, and he was screaming about the Jays. He didn't think screaming about the Jays would, he didn't know it'd be like presented in the court of law that he hated Jays and was kicking the backseat of the cop car screaming about Jays. He's just taking it out on the Jays. He's in fucking California. You know, he moved to Australia when he was 12. They don't have Jews down there anyway. So a Jew to him is like a wizard or something. So he comes back, lives in America. He hates the Jays. He hates every damn race, which we'll get into that in a minute. The Jays is just the tip of the iceberg. Exactly. This is a guy pre-gaming. This is a man who's pre-gaming screaming about the Jays. I always assumed for him to go, DEFCON 3 on the Jays or whatever they called it when Kanye went DEFCON whatever on the Jays. And we got to speak in coded language here. I apologize for keep saying Jays, but I can't say Jews over and over. So we're gonna go with Jays. Okay, we're going to talk about Jays. I'm not going to go with K's. Okay, we're going to be nice. I'm going to go with Jays. He had 6 drinks. He's screaming about Jays in the cop car. That blew my mind. Look at his mugshot. This man is as sober as someone taking a church directory photo. This is Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. getting your picture taken before church service so people can find you in the directory. This is a very sober, safe to drive gentleman. That was wild to me, and I was like, wait. So I tried to find a recording of it, and then when I started looking stuff up on YouTube, I was like, oh my God, he hasn't just gone after the Jays, he's gone after every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I mean, every sort of cuisine. He's flamed them. We're talking, I mean, everybody. He's a Catholic. Okay, this Mel Gibson, you could say he was the first groyper. He's a Catholic man who loves Christ and wants a white country. Now, who's to say whether that's good or not? That is between Mel Gibson and his Catholic God and his Catholic Jesus and his priest and his Pope. Because that's how it works over there. You know, you can't just talk straight to God. You got to talk to the guy who talks to God. But, or from what I understand at the very least. But regardless, Mel Gibson does not like undesirables. He loves white people. He probably wants a white country, and he certainly doesn't want Jays to have their hooks, supposedly their hooks in his life. He's a guy who works in Hollywood, and he's probably got fucked over in a few deals. Okay, you look. I'm going to defend Mel Gibson for a second, and I want everybody to hear me out. If you work in a kitchen long enough, you become racist. If you work in a car dealership long enough, you become racist. You become racist against certain types of people. Some jobs you become racist against everybody. This is how it works. You start seeing the same faceless person representing their race over and over and use that as leverage to either sell them something or to avoid getting stuck in a bad conversation or in an unpleasant situation at your job because you're trying to survive it every day because it's a 9 to 5 and it's, you know, it's a war like anything else. Mel Gibson works around, you know, he works around Jays. And yeah, he's had bad experiences with Jays. It is what it is. So the guy, now for the other races that he's about to go off on that we're gonna play, that I don't know. He's from Australia, which is like a mostly white country, and then, you know, if you go to Australia every now and then, a barefooted Aboriginal person will just be they're sort of walking with their knuckles dragging on the concrete. It's very bizarre there. They have they're constantly, white people are whipping themselves on the back constantly for what they did to the Aboriginal people, but at the same time, it's totally segregated down there, and they won't make eye contact with a black person. And I mean black. They are black. It looks like something out of, like they walked out of a museum exhibit down there, and I'm not trying to be crass or crude. It's what it looks like. It's like, you see them, you go, oh my God, I've never seen a person like that in my life. That's Australia. That's Mel Gibson. And that's sort of the country I think he wants in the United States of America, and he doesn't like the Jays. It's who he's worked around. It is what it is. I mean, you know, it's he probably let's focus on the real thing. Whose life was at risk, right? Let's pull back from the anti-Semitism stuff. Whose life was at risk? The people on the road. The people on the road, he had tequila, and the people aren't even mad about. That's how bad. That's how afraid people are to be anti-Semitic in this country. Is that no one even cared that he was swerving all over the PCH with an open bottle of tequila over the legal limit. They were like, and he drove into a public school, and he crashed into a bunch of cars, and he clipped a woman, but he. Oh my God. And then he said Jews caused all the wars in the world. That's the worst thing I've ever heard a human being do. He could have ran over hundreds of people, set a school on fire, ran over a bunch of puppies and kittens and stuff. You know, the big takeaway there, the big sin supposedly, is that he said that the Jays caused all the wars in the world. And he asked a cop if she was a fucking Jay, which, by the way, if you are a Jay and you are a cop, it should be a law that you have to tell me if you are or not. I think that is a thing. You know, some stoners think if you ask a cop who's undercover if they're a cop, they legally have to say yes. That should be a thing with being a J. If I come up to you, I'm kidding. I'm not going to continue that bit, but because these things are recorded forever. But this is Gibson's explosive racist rant.
2010, RadarOnline.com released a recording of a phone call in which actor Mel Gibson yells at Oksana Grigorieva, the mother of his child.
So this is his like Olivia Rodrigo child bride with fake tits that he was spelunking, that he was boogalooing, that he was into.
In the recording, Gibson raises his voice and repeatedly uses profane language. He calls Grigorieva a whore and uses racial slurs to refer to African Americans and Latinos. The following audio clips contain offensive language and are not suitable for young audiences and work environments.
I don't work around in tight clothes. I stay at home for most of the time.
You go out in public and it's a fucking embarrassment to me. You look like a fucking bitch on heat. And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault. All right? Because you provoked it. You are provocatively dressed all the time with your fake boobs you feel you have to show off. I don't like it. I don't want that woman. I don't want you. I don't believe you anymore. I don't trust you. I don't love you.
So he's kind of like Nixon, you know. He's growing increasingly paranoid. Who's using me? Who's after me? Who's my enemy? He's drinking himself to death. I wasn't with him with the pack of N-words thing and all that, where I was like, Jesus, this is a little far out there. But then he got to the, I don't know you anymore and all that stuff, and I was like, my heart started to pull for him because I'm trying to hear him out here. You know, she's walking around, she's flaunting her body. He knows how it is. She's like Tarzan. No offense, ma'am. But she's like Tarzan. She's going to swing from vine to vine, from famous celeb dick to famous celeb dick. She'll be impregnated by hundreds of celebrities by the time everything is said and done. It's what bitches like this do. But, Mel, this is if you sit at the blackjack table and you get mad people aren't playing poker, I mean, that's on you, pal. If you're a good Catholic boy, you should have found a good Catholic girl. Especially by the time before you were famous, you should have found her, if that's really what you wanted. And you should have found a woman in the Catholic Church that was a prime breeding specimen, as all good Catholic boys do, and you should have bred with her. But instead, you picked up, this woman who you claim is trying to breed with a pack of N-words or something like that, which I think is a little callous and unfair. I think you could have chosen your words a little more nicely there, the golden rule and so forth, the greatest commandment and so forth. But let's, I think there's more to this.
Regarding the woman who works at Grigorieva's house, Gibson said the following.
I will fire if she is at your house. I will make it known and fire her.
Fine.
I'll report her to the fucking people that take fucking money from the wetbacks, okay?
This pales in comparison, by the way, to things I've seen behind closed doors in Hollywood. I'm being dead serious. This is like, wow, Mel Gibson would be a great guy to work for. Honestly, like, this is not even, when it comes to these guys behind closed doors, I mean, he's probably the cream of the crop. There's a reason he was allowed to come back. Because people were like, but Mel's so nice. Yeah, he called me a wetback and threw a Coca-Cola at my head. But to be fair, they were room temperature. They weren't cold yet. Why does it say mahalo up here, by the way? It's very funny.
Gibson also alluded to the use of physical violence.
You need a fucking bat in the side of the head. All right? How about that?
Near the end of the recording, Gibson made further reference to violence.
I'm threatening. I'll put you in a fucking rose garden, you cunt.
Which is kind of a beautiful line. I'll put you in a fucking rose garden, you cunt. Really nice stuff. Really good. It's a beautiful sort of, feels like Walt Whitman or something. obviously, dark woke Whitman. So there's more where that came from. So I didn't even know about this. This is what he said to Winona Ryder, who I just found out is Jewish. Those titties have been some of my favorite things to think about since I first saw them in Edward Scissorhands years ago. This is what Winona Ryder claims Mel Gibson said to her when he was at a party with her and her lesbian friend.
Is doubling down on past claims about Mel Gibson making anti-Semitic and homophobic comments. The Stranger Things star detailed an alleged encounter with Gibson years ago at a Hollywood event, as she spoke to the Sunday Times about her experience with discrimination as a Jewish woman in the industry. She said, "We were at a crowded party with one of my good friends. And Mel..."
I'm sorry, I'm just going to pause. The jugs they're very nice. And Winona, we stand with you, obviously, because of your tits. Winona, because of your tits, we agree. We agree, and hashtag me too.
"One of my good friends."
Okay, so here's the quote.
"In the industry." She said, "We were at a crowded party with one of my good friends, and Mel Gibson was smoking a cigar, and we're all talking, and he said to my friend who's gay, 'Oh wait, am I gonna get AIDS?' And then something came up about Jews, and he said, 'You're not an oven dodger, are you?' According to Ryder, he later tried to apologize. The actress previously made the same accusations about Gibson in a 2010 interview with GQ magazine.
You're not an oven dodger, are you?
She noted that the described interaction took place in the mid-90s. A rep for Gibson denied the allegations in a statement obtained by Access Hollywood. It read, "This is 100% untrue. She lied about it over a decade ago when she talked to the press, and she's lying about it now. Also, she lied about him." Also, the Holocaust is a fantasy. There's a blood libel against the German people. I would not call someone an oven dodger how could I call him that if I didn't think the Holocaust happened? Huh? I'm trying to apologize. Also, did that girl have AIDS? I think she might have. And, if you're gay, you shouldn't be able to give blood. And, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I deny that I ever said any of those things, though. To her back then. He did reach out to her many years ago to confront her about her lies, and she refused to address it with him. In 2006, Gibson infamously launched into an anti-Semitic tirade during a DUI. Yeah. Why is no one mad about the DUI? Why is there forgiveness for him putting everyone's life at risk? Because we're told that anti-Semitic remarks are more dangerous than drunk driving. Am I wrong there? I don't think I'm trying to be, some hot take shithead, some hot take talking head. I think that's actually kind of a good point that just occurred to me now. I'm going to hang my hat on it. I'm going to hang my waspy feathered cap on that. I think that's totally 100% fair. Anyway, by the way, the story does continue. This gets quite good. So here is now Mel Gibson on a show. This is like 4 years after he said that Jays caused all the wars in the world. Excuse me. Sheesh. Pardon me. He's promoting what is it, Edge of Darkness or whatever, the movie he did. Like, he had to cool off for 4 years because of the Jay rant. He came back and like many people who are kind of known for one thing for a long time get kind of fucking pissed off about it, where it's like, hey, can we all move on? I'm trying to move on. He said all the mea culpas and everything, like, guys, do we have to keep? And he goes, also, you're making my point by banning me from Hollywood for one remark about the Jays. It is funny. If you want to drink and drive and you don't want people to be mad at you for that, just start ranting about the Jays to the cops. People will forget you were drunk driving immediately. That's the way you get it. Just if you want to get out of, like, even a domestic abuse thing,
Yeah, when the cops arrested him for beating the shit out of his wife, he was ranting about the Jays. Can you believe that he would promote violent rhetoric like that? You could do almost anything. Start talking about the Jays, it erases kind of any any evil of your own hand.
Do you?
So this is him being asked at the end of the interview about this movie Edge of Darkness, which I don't remember. Asking him, is he a different person? Which is such a patronizing question. I really hate that. I'm mad for him. Let's zoom in on this. Because it's not I don't really like the frame of the shot. And we need to see a little bit more. Here we go.
Feel a little fresher, and hopefully maturation has done its job in another way.
Do you feel like you're a different person, maybe a better person than you were 5 years ago, 4 years ago? I mean, everything that we've read about, you've gone through a lot of ups and downs in the past few years.
Oh yeah, 4 or 5 years. Yeah, it's a real roller coaster ride. You know, I think I'm the same person I always was, except for people as they go. Time teaches, and you learn as you go. So hey.
Do you think that the public will perceive you any differently after all that's been in the news about you?
What are you referring to specifically?
Referring to the drinking problems, referring to what's been called the anti-Semitic rant, referring.
Yeah, that's
what's being called the anti-Semitic rant. Yeah, it's the definition of an anti-Semitic rant. He said Jews caused all the wars in the world. You don't have to, tiptoe around this. This guy's Jewish, though, by the way, which I think Mel Gibson calls out here.
Problems, referring to what's been called the anti-Semitic rant, referring.
Yeah,
all those things. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so that's almost 4 years ago, dude. I mean, I've moved on. I guess you haven't.
Well,
So
I'm just wondering if you think that the public has moved on and will perceive you in the same light.
Well, I certainly hope so. You know, it is a while back, and I've done all the necessary mea culpas. So, let's move on, dude. Come on.
Edge of Darkness opens today. It's good to see you back in the saddle and doing what you do best. This. Thanks a lot for joining us, Mel. Take care.
Bye-bye. Asshole.
So good. And then watch this, and then obviously Mel Gibson then had a great career after that. But here we go. So here's actually all the phone rants. And then this here is him with his home that he lost in the Hollywood Hills. I thought at one point he asked a reporter if they had like a dog in the race or something. I thought he was talking about I thought I had a clip of him talking to some reporter, but maybe I don't. I thought I did. Where he's insinuating, he's asking the guy if he's Jewish, but I forget. Anyway, we got more stuff here with Gibson. These are the Mel Gibson phone rants, and I couldn't think of really a better podcast. I just kind of want to play. I didn't know there were 1 through 8. I didn't know there was 38 minutes of this stuff. Apparently, people collected his phone rants like they were like vinyl records, I guess. Some people they listen to these every night before they go to bed and in traffic. And best Mel Gibson rants to chill/study to. Let's try to understand the man, because you can pull context. You can, like, if you don't have context, right, you pull lines out of these phone calls, these rants of the Jays caused every war in the world. I'm going to bury you in a fucking rose garden, you cunt. Are you a Jay? Stuff like that. So, by the way, Jack is speaking for Catholics here. She says, I just want to say that Catholics don't hate Jews. That's exclusive to Mel Gibson and people like Mel Gibson. Jack, I beg to differ. I have been on the internet the past 24 hours. There are many, many Catholics, a.k.a. groypers, that do not like Jays, and they do not like really anyone. They don't even like Protestant Christians. They hate everybody that isn't a Catholic, and they especially hate the Jews. They don't like the Jews at all. They're in terms of rhetoric, they're very similar to the Mel Gibson Jay rant. So I kind of, if you are Catholic now, I kind of just assume you don't like the Jays, if I'm being honest. So those are because the new Catholics, they don't like the Jays. They don't like them at all. They're not fans. So let's see the context of which he says these very disturbing things. Here we go. Mel Gibson phone rants 1 through 8.
Tell me that the message or something, right? Because you're doing something, trying to breastfeed with fucking foreign bodies in you.
So
Was that it?
it has nothing to do with it.
Oh, it had nothing to do with what? The fact that you had foreign bodies in there?
Correct.
Correct, okay, good. So you're not lying to me about fake tits.
I've never have.
Yes, you just did. You said they weren't. You fucking lied to me before.
What?
Okay, so now we're already uncovering like a web of lies here. I think that this, I'm not sure what race she is. This, she is like Mowgli colored. She's like, it's like, yeah, it's like the Jungle Book color. I don't know what race she is at all. No idea. She could be Fijian for all I know. She may have lied to her husband about her plastic jugs, which now I'm curious why he can't tell if they're fake or not. How good was the boob job that I've been told by everybody that fake tits, you can spot them by feel alone. You don't even need sight. And it's, they're very hard and firm, but maybe hers are. So he's paranoid that the body, the flesh that he's engaging in intercourse with isn't even real. And he's questioning his surroundings. Maybe she did lie about her fake tits. They look fake to me.
I didn't. I never said anything of a kind. You never asked me, I never told you. Or maybe you asked me, but I never lied about this.
Not a lie, who cares? So, they look ridiculous. Get rid of them, why don't you? Anyway,
That's none of your fucking business what they
It
look
is,
like.
it is. They look stupid. I'm just telling you. It's just an appraisal. Keep them if you want. Look stupid. See if I give a fuck. But they're too big and they look stupid. They look like some Vegas bitch. They look like a Vegas whore. And you go around sashaying around in your tight clothes and stuff. I won't stand for that anymore.
I don't walk around. I don't walk.
To be that.
I don't walk around in tight clothes. I stay at home for most of the time.
You go out in public and it's a fucking embarrassment to me. You look like a fucking bitch on heat. And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll
I
be
still
your
don't know
fault.
what the bitch on heat line really means.
Because you provoked
A
it.
bitch
You
on
are
heat?
provocatively dressed all the time with your fake boobs you feel you have to show off in tight outfits and tight pants and stuff. You see your pussy from behind. And that green thing today was enough.
Fuck,
That's
these are so
provocative. Okay? I'm telling you. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't like it. I don't want that woman. I don't want you. I don't believe you anymore. I don't trust you. I don't love you. I don't want you. Okay?
Okay.
Stay in the fucking house.
Now,
I'm not giving it to you.
Does it
but
sound
I'll
like a
let
man
you
that wants
stay.
to control a woman, or does it sound like a man who has a broken heart? Because, his heart's been shattered into pieces. She's not who she claims to be, and he's not taking that very well, but yet it does take two to record a racist, anti-Semitic phone call. So
Stay there.
you can't do it all by yourself.
And I will
You know
take
what I
care
mean?
of my child, but I don't want you anymore.
Aren't these so exciting when you hear the dial tone? You go, oh, God, this is good.
Yes.
Stay on this phone and don't hang up on me. I have plenty of energy to drive over there. You understand me? And I will. So just fucking listen to me. Listen to my fucking ranting. Listen to what you do to me.
I didn't do anything to you.
A pain in the ass.
You are ruining my life.
You make my life so fucking difficult.
No, I'm aware, Jack. I'm aware. They don't go to mass. All of it's fake. It's just, they just want to post ends and swastikas and stuff. They're all very gay and retarded.
Well, you know what? It's
Be a woman that fucking supports me instead of a woman that sucks off me and just fucking sucks me dry and wants. Get to this relationship if you're a good woman and you love me. I don't believe you anymore.
What did he just
Sick
say?
of your bullshit. Has any relationship ever worked with you?
Listen to me. You don't love me.
Okay, he sounds like he's in the wrong on this one. I'll give him the L on call too. First one, I'm not sure. I'm a fence sitter on this stuff, guys. I'm trying to play. I want to play ball, and I want to be in the big leagues with all the big podcasters. I sit the fence on everything. I see both sides, actually.
Because somebody who loves
I can't
does
make
not
up my
behave this
mind.
way. I do not. Hang on a second.
behaving like this because I know
One
absolutely
second.
that you do not love me and you treat me
One
with no
second,
consideration.
please. Can I
I
please
love you
speak?
because I treated you with every kindness,
No.
every consideration. You
No.
rejected. You
I'm
will
sorry.
never be happy. Fuck you. Get the fuck away from me. But my daughter is important. All right? Now, you have one more chance. And I mean it.
Now, when I hear this stuff, I go, he's a bad guy. But, she was using him, but like he knew that going in. He knew that going in. He was being used, and he's got rage issues and stuff. Honestly, my big takeaway here is I go, thank God I met my wife. I love her so much. What a loving, caring person who is so compassionate and is just my rock through everything I do. And every decision I make, I have her and my daughter in mind. He has a baby with this woman. He has a kid, so I couldn't imagine, the pain in his heart. No matter how vile his heart here seems, it still has to break. There's some part of him that's good. There's a part way deep down, past all the layers of ranting about the Jays and saying they caused all the wars and everything else, and telling his girlfriend he's gonna kill her and bury her in a unmarked grave. I think he does. I think he really does. He wants something bigger, something deeper. Mel, you should have married a nice Catholic girl. That's what you should have done. That's why you're feeling all this dissonance right now. That's why you're feeling it. I heard he's making another Christ movie, but I think it's the Temptation of Christ. I think he's doing the one with Christ in the desert and everything. It should be good.
I know if you want, but I will give you one more chance. You make me want to smoke. You fucked my day up. You care about yourself.
You're so
when I am being
selfish.
so
What was the thing about smoking?
Fucking know if you want, but I will give you one more chance. You make me want to smoke. You fucked my day up. You care about yourself.
You're so
when I am being
selfish.
so fucking good to you. You fucking
I
crazy
didn't
drunk
do
me.
anything. I did not do anything.
Accept some responsibility. Yes, you did. You married a man for his money and fame, and you never loved him. Is that such a crazy thing to admit? You're making a man feel crazy. He's trying to get you to admit that you were in it for the wrong reasons. And he also knows on some level he's betrayed himself. And you betrayed your country. Mel, if you're so about the white race and you hate the Jays and blacks and everything, then why didn't you get a nice white Catholic girl? Why didn't you get a nice white Catholic lady? You could have met her at the church and everything. It would have been a fantastic, beautiful thing. Have your baby baptized for the ancestral sin or whatever. The guy with the hat and the collar and everything would have kissed your baby. It would have been a beautiful day. You could have gone home and ate some. I'm picturing eating like a hard cake, like a coffee cake of some kind, like a crumbly kind of cake with like crunched up coffee flavored bits on the top with like maybe a little bit of icing. I picture him eating something like that with coffee, and he's sitting there. They have the newborn baby, him and his wife. They're sitting there in their like little Victorian living room in the nice chairs. Isn't it so nice? Our baby's baptized. We're Catholic. And they go, yes, honey, it is. And he's sipping his coffee and he looks out the window and he goes, God, I fucking hate the Jays. And then his wife across from him goes, here, honey. And then they cheers cups. What a beautiful baby and day that God has blessed us with. He could have gone to he could be surrounded by ones that share his beliefs and his love and his hate. But he didn't. He didn't.
This is your selfish imagination. That's all.
Fuck up. You should just fucking smile and blow me. Because I deserve it.
I'm sleeping with a baby. I'm waking up every 2 hours. I fell asleep because I was waiting for you because you weren't ready to go to jacuzzi as we agreed.
Who the fuck cares? We agreed nothing. You agreed. You just fucking expect shit. Go to the goddamn jacuzzi yourself. Go to fuck the fucking jacuzzi. It's a sin.
I was
You
just...
have no fucking soul.
I didn't blame you for
And my
anything.
soul is screaming because
I
you
was
don't
just
have
waiting
one to
and
join
sleeping.
mine. You have no fucking soul. You can't give a fuck. I left my wife because we had no spiritual common ground. You and I have none. Zero. You won't even fucking try. You don't care. You don't care.
You just enjoy insulting me. That's all. And
Fuck you.
the-
I so fucking do because you hurt me so bad.
I
You
didn't do
insult me with
anything.
every fucking
I
look,
did
every
not do
breath,
anything, and I
every
apologize for
fucking
nothing.
heartbeat, you fucking selfish
I
heartbeat you
did
have.
not do anything, and I apologized for nothing.
What? What? You
Stop.
apologize for nothing?
Stop.
Well, then you're a dishonest cunt.
Stop
Because you need to
screaming.
apologize for a reason.
I wanted to peace. I wanted to have peace because
Keep peace.
Because
Well,
you're
that's not
unbalanced.
Good enough for me, and instinctively I feel that. And
you're
I will not.
unbalanced.
Yeah, some people don't handle fatherhood very well. It's an unfortunate thing, but yeah, he is 38 minutes of that. We got through 5 minutes. It is probably the same relationship as Gelman. We're actually coming to a close here. I didn't realize it was so late. 8:50. I didn't order McDonald's today. I'm counting that as a victory. I guess we have to move on from the Mel Gibson thing. I did have a whole thing about him. You guys should see this, actually.
A lot of the coverage, many of the celebrities, you know.
What about your awards and like stuff?
So this is his house burned down in the Palisades or Malibu. I'm not sure. I think Malibu.
Yeah, they mostly kind of went. The Oscar.
Smaller than it seemed. Used to be. You know, it's a fairly vast house, but yeah, it had slate tiles, but there were some wood parts on the house. So, as you can see, but it's pretty well burnt.
Yeah.
If there is anything there, it's not much use.
There's a few things we found in the rubble, some Nazi plates, Hitler's knife. One of the flags actually was unharmed, which you think it's a God thing maybe, but yeah. Other than that, everything's gone pretty much. You know, all my wife's stuff, everything else, the Oscars.
I would say,
know.
who knows? I opened a safe. Everything in there was just.
Is it really?
Yeah. Look at this. This is crispy. This was a garage and a guest house apartment on top. But look at this. Look what happens.
Do you think before he did this, his PR person says, "Don't when you're walking around the burnt rubble, do not make any reference to the Holocaust or the camps or Auschwitz or the ovens or anything. For the love of God, please. For the love of God, please just keep your mouth shut as much as possible during the
See
interview."
the insides. Wow, man. It's gutted. It's crazy. Yep. Wow, look at this. Crazy. It's crazy. It's still hot. Wow. Wow.
It's so crazy.
Wow, man. Right down to the bones, huh? Whew. Watch out for roofing nails.
What if he's stepping on like bones and skulls and stuff?
Okay, watch your step in here because it's ugly. There's a lot of nails, you see? It's the perfect thing to step on, right?
He makes one little. You understand if you hung out with him long enough, he still would dip into the J speech. Listen to this right here.
Kind of like Vietnamese booby trap, you know?
Strange. It's kind of like a Vietnamese booby trap, he says, which, you know, coming from anybody else, they make a remark like that. You go, okay, but him, you go, okay, what's beneath that? Because, you know, the Vietnamese, they're always trying to trick you with a bunch of nails on the floor and like a bomb and a wire and everything.
Water heaters.
Because, you know, those tricky Vietnamese, watch out.
It's just everything's caved in. You'd have to dig stuff out, I'm sure. And there may be stuff in there that's, you know, salvageable. I doubt it. It's pretty dark.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Be standing here at your house like this.
Yeah. That's okay. You know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay. You don't look back, you look forward.
He goes, and you don't look back, you look forward. That's the exact thing I spray painted on the side of the Museum of Tolerance, and that's my message to the Jewish people and the Zionists that are out there right now. You don't look back, you look forward. Like I hate to say it, but it's just the way it is. You can't live in the past. He looks at the camera and he's like, right, guys? Move on. It was 80 years ago.
So he was trying to stay positive, Ashley. People around.
That was him losing, which I had never seen that. Him actually losing his house. Very funny. Let me exit out of this stuff. I thought I had it. I'm pretty sure I saved an interview with him of him talking to a journalist, and he says to the journalist, "Do you have a dog in the fight?" Where he's asking the journalist if he was Jewish, basically, but it was very it was very coded. It was very clever and very good, and it made me laugh, and I loved it.
My chain, my chain, my chain, my chain. Don't you like my chain?